So what did you ask me?
What is your definition of beauty now?
Beauty now, I feel like, is an internal process before it
Solely?
becomes before you can embody it fully externally, like in an organic way that isn't like performative and like self-hatred and just like really like saturating and adorning yourself to please others. You know, like that's like the way that I see beauty now is like if I'm not feeling it internally, I'm not going to walk outside and express it externally for the validation of others. You know, so working with what I have internally, trauma, self-acceptance, radical self-love, you know, is for me what brought me to a place of like, oh, I don't need this makeup. Like, hold on a second. Like, my being is good just as it is. So like, I stopped wearing so much makeup and stopped being like, I wouldn't even call it performative because it's fun. You know, it's fun to be expressive in that way, but when your internal isn't in alignment with what you're expressing externally, it becomes you're just performing.
You know what came up for me is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder because it's like when it is performative, it can aesthetically look beautiful, but when you look into that person's eyes, you can tell that something is not there.
Yeah, it's missing. And I've been that person. You know, like I've been that person where like I have this persona, J hair bigger. I was that fully embodied, you know, like I was like and nothing about that felt wrong. I'm just like, oh wow, like people love my hair, they love my look, you know, I'm working out, but it was like it was superficial. You know, because internally, the internal work that I've done, when I look back at that girl, I'm just like, oh, you will be 10 times stronger to come outside like that now, you know, versus like having all those inner wounds that were just not addressed and just like performing and just like showing up as like, yeah, but you can crack. If somebody says the wrong thing right now, you will be in shambles. If somebody just mentions something right now, you are not beautiful. You will suddenly become a shell of everything that you're presenting to the world.
So what adjectives would you use to describe beauty? Not that you're boxing it in or creating a category, but like what adjectives? And maybe we just make it personal to you. How would you describe your internal beauty?
My internal beauty is judgeless. You know, like it allows me to reflect on the things that have made me who I am from a judgeless place, as opposed to feeling like I could have did something differently. No, you were at this level of consciousness. This is what you did. You know, and there's beauty in that because it just allows me to show up for people in a very non-judgmental way, because what I give myself is what I give to others. You know, so like it's not something that I give to myself that I don't say, I'm gonna give them that. Like we're all doing the best that we can, and that's one thing that I truly believe, that every person is doing the best that they can, even when they do you wrong. They're doing the best that they can because they've reached their capacity. They don't know what else to do, so even betrayal is the best that they can do. That's what they got, because they don't want to be confronted with anything else. They've reached their capacity, and like my job is to love myself regardless of how they show up, you know. And wholeness is another way that I describe like the beauty within myself. It's just like I constantly have to come to this place of like, you're whole, you're complete, you know. No one outside of you is going to complete you. That's not what's going to happen. Like, you have to accept all the hard things, accept it, and love people from that place. Let that be your. There's so many laws within myself now that are not like, they're not externalized laws or laws that I have to say. I just say, even if this thing happened, this is someone that I love. Both things can exist. The pain can exist and my love for you can exist too at the same time. I'm not abandoning something that feels good about loving you, or like your greater qualities, but I'm also not abandoning myself in relation to you.
What does that mean? How does that influence boundaries for you?
So
where you accept that both can be true, but what does that mean for boundaries?
What it means is that they will see less of me. Like what it means is that, like, even as I'm relating to you, I'll say, well, I don't want to relate this way anymore. Like, I don't want to talk about this topic. You know, like, I see myself like putting limitations as my nervous system is absorbing what they're saying. I think that's enough. You know, like, and if they're overpouring, you have to stop someone. You have to literally be like, actually, I've heard, like for instance, people in my life, I say, I've heard you talk about this over and over again, and it seems like you're still in the same space. I love you, but out of protection from my nervous system and my heart for you, I cannot talk about this in this context anymore.
I'm recording that because I need to send that back.
Okay,
it was literally a question that I asked with someone, and I'm like recognizing we're talking about the same thing over and over again. And I told a friend, I was like, I don't know how to say, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's not good for you. Because you love the person and you keep stimulating their system with your love, and they keep bringing you the same crap. And it's like a garbage disposal. My nervous system was becoming venom. Like, I felt it like getting dark from me because I'm so empathic that I literally have to be like, you can't talk to me about this anymore. Like, I am not the ground for you to talk about this with anymore, because I love myself and I love you, and what it's bringing is it's bringing toxicity into me because I'm absorbing your pain. And like, you're not taking in your pain in the way that you should embody it for me to not be the person that you're dumping it into. You can't dump that in me. So like and then when, you know, the relationship has a break and that rule, that boundary is set, the way that they show up is so much lighter because I gave you the rule. The rule is that we're not talking about this in this context anymore because it's not good for me. I need you to hold what you've done to your life and to say, do I want to keep this in my life? And to not give it to me and say, process this for me. People don't realize that that's what they're asking. They don't realize that when they call you about the same thing, they just bring you a bowl and say, okay, Keisha, process this for me. And give me everything that you're going to give me. The same thing you gave me last time. And I'm going to eat it up and I'm going to feel good for another 3 weeks. And then I'm going to call you with the same bowl of shit. So what I've done with my relationships, because, oh my gosh, I love my family so much. I love all the people I've connected with so much. But in loving them and abandoning myself, it doesn't make them respect me. I could love you as much as I love you, and there could be contrast in the way that I show my love for you. Me coming to you principled, that's love. I'm saying that you will be in my life, but this is how you will engage with me in order for me to stay present. I will not stay present in the face of the lies that you tell yourself. I'm not going to stay present for that.
Say that again.
I'm not going to stay present in the delusion of the lies that you tell yourself. I'm not present for that. I'm going to keep showing you, hey, this don't make no damn sense. And we're not talking about this anymore until you make sense of this. So when I do reconnect with them, there's more sense being spoken as it relates to their situation, as opposed to it just being a dumping ground for gossiping. No. We're not going to gossip. That's not what we're doing here. What we're going to do is talk about the truth. The truth that is your truth based on the pattern and the recognition that I see what you're saying to me. You can't run away from what you've divulged to me because I created a safe space, right? But this safe space is a clear accountability to what I'm holding you accountable. You said that you don't like this, but you keep doing this. Could you explain to me how that makes any sense?
Literally just answering like when you ask and you receive, you are giving me the answers that I've been asking for. Keep going.
Well, it's the truth about love.
This is about beauty. This all started with me asking you about beauty.
It's the truth about beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's what you said, right? Mm-hmm. So if we're in the mirror is reflective of everything that makes us up. Mm-hmm. You see it on a physical lens, like we look into the mirror, we see, okay, this is who I am today. But if you remove the avatar and you're talking about who you are in the totality of who you are, there's a lot of accountability. It could get murky. It can get really murky. Everybody doesn't want to. It's not even a want. I think in relation to the people that I love, I can't help but show what I can see in hopes that their soul or like their guides. After our conversations, that maybe just like a little spark of, I didn't realize that I was responsible for that. I didn't realize that I was creating that, or whatever the case may be. Because when I've allowed myself to be that person, like what you give to me and what the people that are helping for me, what they give to me when they see me, that's a gift. The gift of the truth, there's a lot that you can do with that. If somebody sees a pattern in you and they say, look, this is the same thing that you've been doing, this point, you're like, oh shit, that's my people. I could change something based on that. Not be a victim, but just be the victor of like, oh, this is the Earth School. We're here to teach one another. No matter if it's from a painful lens, it's still a teacher.
Mm-hmm. What came up for me just a second ago was, I feel like you're sharing, when I told you about, I had a question, you're giving me the answer. Mm-hmm. If I were to summarize the answer that you're giving me, is you're giving me a script of coming from a grounded and whole place. Mm-hmm. Like, when you've reached a place, how do you engage with others, and like how can you embody that, mm-hmm. right? It's one thing to be on your own journey, but then when you have to go back out and engage with mm-hmm. those who might not be on the same journey, how to put yourself first, how to put boundaries around, mm-hmm. and how do you embody that? And that's why everything you're saying, I'm like, oh, feels like a little bit like a fire hose, where I'm like,
well, the integration, the integration, it's been like at least like, because I was at a space of doing meditation, going to these retreats, and I was like way up in the ethers, mm-hmm. and I didn't even want to be on earth. Mm-hmm. I was just like, yeah, but you're here though. Mm-hmm. I said, Spirit was like, you gotta slow down, you gotta come down, you gotta get grounded. Mm-hmm. And then in getting grounded, that's why I don't believe sometimes in like how some Christians are like the religious rhetoric where it's like holier than thou. Mm-hmm. No, I am not holier than thou. Mm-hmm. I have done some things that help me understand the human experience. So then it makes me a lot more of a, I'm not even going to call it forgiving. I just see you as you are. Mm-hmm. Like acceptance. Yeah, acceptance. I see you as you are. But in that integration, like you said, it is difficult to engage with people that have not, done the work, and that they're operating from an automatic lens that is just like, it's not a real thing. But I think that the way that Spirit showed me is to just like being embodied and making love the center of my reason for engaging, but also just being an observer. Like, I'm not gonna flood you. You're asking me for this, Keisha, so I'm giving you it. Mm-hmm. Like, because we're in connection, we're in flow. Mm-hmm. But if you didn't ask me this, I wouldn't give it to you. Mm-hmm. That's what I've learned as well. Ain't nobody asked you though. Did someone ask you for that insight? Because once the person is asking you, then they're ready to receive. That's guidance, that's inner guidance that they're ready to receive. But like, if no one asks you, why are you doing all that?
The wig that you're snatching. My scalp. I mean, I wanted to take my braids out, but like, you're already doing it.
Nobody asked you. And then you're mad. Nobody asked you though. When you came to me and asked. If you didn't ask me, then I wouldn't be doing all this. Mm-hmm. I'm not on no podium. Let's have fun.
Even though I do feel like I'm in church, a different kind of church right now. Right. This is an amazing sermon.
But this is what I'm saying.
Channeled, though.
But you asked. When people go to church, they are asking for a word, which means that their soul is open to receive the word. If nobody asked you, then why are you over there in the congregation? It's either you want to be awake or you don't. It's that simple.
The way we're having church right now, like, girl, I am giving you, yes, speak, amen, ashe.
Okay.
Keep going.
You ask, but when people don't ask, have fun, enjoy them where they are. Ain't nobody asked for that.
Enjoy them where they are.
I'm going to enjoy you where you are because you didn't ask for that. Now, if you come to me and you're asking and you're giving me something to process, oh, you're asking.
So I give you the truth.
So now I'm gonna give it to you. But if everything is good, then everything is great. If everything is good, then everything is great. I have nothing to say. But if you're giving me your life, you must want some insight. Because why would I'm not over here talking shit about my life. For what? Not talking shit, but looking for insight. I don't see I'm not a person that you could just tell your problems to and you just tell me the problems and I'm just like, yeah, let's keep stewing about the problem. Yeah. No, you're asking. The way that my being sees that, they're asking for it. They want insight. Because I've had to navigate the truthful waters for myself, and it is murky. It is very, very murky. And not everybody wants to be in that murky water of the freaking truth. This is the truth. Not your illusion. This is the truth. This is what you created. This is who you are. This is who you were in that moment. This is who you're being right now.
Okay, what's coming up for me now is about how do we continue to build community, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like both you and I have always kind of gone externally, looking to others, whatever, but I'm like, well, what could we do? And what I feel brewing is like a retreat of like-minded women. Very small, intimate, not major. We're not trying to like start. This is not a business. This is not a whatever. This is like literal community.
Healing.
Yes.
Like being seen.
Yes.
Processing.
Yes.
Like in a real way,
yes.
So that you can go into life whole.
Yes.
And holy. From a place of expansion, like not superficial. I love everyone. I don't care your culture. I don't care your race. When I get to experience your soul, and this is what happens at retreat. Like you see just the gook of us. Like, it's not performative and just put into this box to look a certain kind of way. No, actually, this is who I am right now, and this is what I'm processing, and I'm okay with being completely vulnerable and open about that, especially when it's in a space of like, you don't have everyone that's readily next to you to judge what you're saying. So like that's what I love about retreat. It's just like people coming together that don't know much of anything about one another, but it's just like this is your opportunity to be raw, because no one really has the lens that you're coming from is from a human lens, not from this fabricated story of you're a daughter, you're this, you're that. No, I'm a being.
What's coming up for me is release and transform. Like a place where you can release and safe enough to do that, but you're not releasing for releasing's sake. You want to transform that into something.
Yeah, alchemy. I believe that everything that we create we create everything from trauma. Our whole lives are created from that. If you transform that trauma, you create something that is healing more than one person, because we're one consciousness. We're in these individuated bodies.
Wait, go back.
Okay.
To like, you said something about trauma, and we're creating from trauma, but you're healing to heal others.
Yes.
Can you break that down?
So I believe that we come into, our lineages. Certain people are meant to transform that lineage with the trauma that's already there. My trauma was already there before I even got there. I'm only here transforming the gook of what was already in my DNA. So from that lens, I'm going to be building, your soul is already going to be building from a traumatic place. Because historically, we were already in trauma as Black people, Haitian people, whatever the case may be. It still lives on today. So I feel like it's really us passing the baton. Like, when you're born, it's almost like a baton was passed to you. Like, what are you going to do with this DNA? You're either going to be the same, you're going to come out kind of like the same and just kind of take that same kind of path and maybe do something a little different, or you're going to be like, this is trash. Like, I'm gonna just uproot the whole thing. My soul wanted to uproot the whole thing. It wanted to flip the table, okay? Because it's just, you know. And from that lens, I wanted to become a healing space for Black women, for my image. The more that I grew and I learned about, you know, just seeing my natural hair, seeing my natural beauty, being J hair bigger, seeing how much that embodiment of like wearing my natural hair actually was like empowering women. I was just like, oh, like I guess we're just not allowed to just be this. And even 10 years, I think J hair bigger was probably like almost like 10 years ago. Like the start of it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, so here I am today, and when I was in Hawaii last month, like, it's an act of defiance for Black women to walk around like this. It's just like, and this is what I said to my friends. I was just like, I actually don't want to look like anyone else. I love how I look. I love my beauty. I don't have a problem with my avatar. I don't have a problem with my phenotype. And I think that that's jarring for people when it comes from a Eurocentric place where their hair and everything about them is expressed to be like superior, and like Black women are wearing their wigs that looks like their hair and like all of these things. And here I am coming Black, dark, Afro hair, and I'm just like, do, and like, I don't have no issues. I don't got no issues with anybody else's beauty either. But like, when you come from that lens, it seems to be very jarring for people that I'm accepting my beauty. Like, I'm accepting that I don't want to be packaged to be whatever you need me to be, which is, it becomes self-hate because you're trying to assimilate to a culture that like, it's just not right. You know, like, because as a human being, we just come in as these lights. I didn't choose, like, I believe that I chose to be a Black woman, you know, and come into this life, but like, I'm definitely not contorting myself to fit anybody's little freaking narrative or whatever they want to make, you know, make money off of when it comes to beauty and stuff like that. Alter this, do that. Like, it's just like, I've already seen myself be that from a certain lens, whether that be with fashion, over shopping, whether that be with like makeup, like just overconsumption. It's just feeding a place of emptiness.
Say that again.
Overconsumption is feeding a place of emptiness. It's just not true. You said that you feel the most rich in your life right now because your life is rich. You have someone coming in every month. There's someone coming in. You have your daughter, you have your family, you have me here. That is rich. The consumption of all the other things, because like, you know, I got the car, I got the... Girl, I started looking at that stuff like, hold on now. I don't really need all this to feel wealthy. Because that isn't wealth. That is material. That's already destroying the planet anyway. The amount of clothes and consumption and different things that we consume regularly is sick. It's not okay. You don't need that much clothes. You don't need that much stuff. You know, like, you're doing it for your pleasure, yes, but I think doing it from a conscious place is really what changes how life, like the beat of life, like the rhythmically, you know, the beat of life gets different. Like, what's actually like joyful? Like, I could just feel it in myself, you know, when I'm holding Carmen and I'm just like, hey, like that is the joy, you know. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like that's the joy, like that's the bigger. Like, that's where it is. But westernized living, it changes your whole entire perspective. It changes your whole entire perspective. It literally is like, this is what's important. They make it so shiny and it looks some type of way and everybody's showing their aesthetic. You know, they're showing their aesthetic of what they're doing. And it's just like, it actually doesn't take that much. Because when I'm just like in nature and I'm on retreat or I'm just sitting here with you, I feel the vigor. You know, like the truth about life is community, you know, and just like holding space. And that's where we're headed, you know, the age of Aquarius, you know, it's all about community.
You missed it.
Oh, damn.
But this guy's wearing a Georgia aquarium.
You see? Alignment.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
When I didn't want to interrupt you, but when I saw him and I saw the Georgia aquarium shirt, I was like, oh, we're in flow. And I was like, that was a nod. But then when you said the age of Aquarius, I was like, Georgia aquarium, okay. They be loud. They be loud.
They be real loud. And this is where, you know.
And it's fun. When you're awake, when you can see that it's not just us, where there is guidance, when you ask.
And you share.
Yeah.
and you share. Like me before, like putting up this camera, I might have been like, well, no, we're just having a moment. But this is the culture that we live in. That the voice needs to be heard somehow, some way. Like yes, there's intimate moments, but like we're one consciousness. And the more that we share, the more that we just elevate out of this 3D matrix reality that they want us to believe in that's already crumbling.
Did you watch Pluribus on Apple TV?
No.
You have to watch it.
Tell me more.
It's about kind of like an end of the world moment where this biovirus